Hey guys, and welcome to Alternate Indie. I'm Stuart, and today, as you can see, I'm a little better set up than I was last time. Anyways, today we're going to be doing a top 5 soundtracks of all time, in my opinion at least. Now, realize I picked this list based off of the mood the piece would set, the quality of the piece, and then also how well it's synergized or even just meshed with the gameplay. Now, I realize, since this is only 5 games, you're probably going to have some that weren't on the list that you think I should have included. Too bad. This is my opinion, so take that. No, but seriously, if you do think so, just leave them in the comments below. I'll read them, and I'll definitely have to listen to them, because honestly, I love music sometimes more than I like the games. Anyways, sit back, relax, and this is my top 5. Oh Minecraft, how could I not put you on this list? Your music is so, well, relaxing. I honestly love this soundtrack because it gives you a sense of freedom and wonder at the same time keeping you calm and centered. It also is the first soundtrack I've ever bought to keep on my laptop, so while I travel, I can listen to it at any time. The names of the songs at first are a little strange, but if you can get past that, you're fine. My favorite is Mice on Venus. Track 11, one of the most recognizable songs from the game. The way the piano can harmonize with the violins to make a somber yet cheery tune will never cease to amaze me. The soundtrack also stimulates your brain while you listen to it. So parents, forget Mozart. Just play this for your children while they sleep. I'll admit, I had a really hard time with this one because I knew a Zelda game had to appear on the list, but the question was which one to give the spotlight to. It came down to this one and Skyward Sword, but in the end, the classic won out. Personal choice, I guess. Honestly, if I have to think about it long and hard, the only true thing that made this soundtrack win out was its beautiful use of the ocarina. It was used in literally every song for the game. Now, don't get me wrong, I love all the pieces for the Zelda series, but this one stood out a little more to me than the others, and I'm sticking with it.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one.
Although Bastion is best known for its super sexy narrator, this soundtrack is also one that made the game special for me. Maybe it's because the narrator is actually also part of the soundtrack. Anyways, it's not the only reason I thoroughly enjoyed it. Each piece had sort of a distinct sound to it that you couldn't really find in any other game. Its twangy acoustic sound was what made you want to keep rebuilding the Bastion in the game. I mean, let's be honest, bringing a civilization back to its former glory is not an easy task to do in complete silence. The game also had a driving pulse, keeping you on each task and mowing through each new objective towards the next, making this game a hard one to put down. When I first thought about making a top 5 game soundtrack list, this game immediately popped into my mind, as I'm sure it did for most of you too, because let's be honest, this music is super iconic in the gaming world. The beautiful thing about this masterpiece of a game is that the music is just as much a work of art. I honestly have listened to the soundtrack several times while not playing the game, and each time I close my eyes, a new scene appears in my head. What I love about this game's soundtrack in particular is that I feel like it could be sold by itself and a game could be built around it. Sometimes I would play and feel like the game was made to the music and not the other way around. When a game's music can make you feel that way, you know you have something special. Whenever I hear this soundtrack, I get sent back to when I was about 8 years old, sitting in front of the TV with my N64 plugged in, ready to go. Of course, as an 8-year-old, my parents were always worried about me playing too many video games, so I was really never on more than an hour at a time. But I can say for that hour, I was completely consumed by the soundtrack. This music always had a way of setting the perfect move of the game, whether you're racing a turtle, riding a turtle, or even fighting one. This game was also one of the first to use such a wide array of musical instruments, each one creating a distinct sound that could make you feel nervous or give you a sense of accomplishment with just a few bars. Super Mario 64 definitely knew how to use its soundtrack to complement the gameplay. It's also the only video game I know that uses the shepherd's tone in its soundtrack. That's pretty awesome in my opinion. So there you have it, my top 5. Now go away.
Whoa, hold up. let's get something straight here, Stuart. That list of yours is completely inaccurate, in my opinion. And if any of you watching happen to agree with him, then I'm afraid to say you're stupid. What's that? I'm not allowed to say stupid? Okay. You guys are butt faces? Dummies? A Jabberwocky? A valued member of society.
Java, why are you butting into my list? I was trying to inform the internet on video game soundtracks.
The only thing you're enlightening people on is how dull and boring you are, in my opinion.
Well, see, the thing is, Jonathan, your opinion doesn't matter, because as I said before, my opinion's better, and also, you're not even here, so take that.
Oh yeah? Just watch. Teleportation Jujitsu.
Whoa! Nice graphics.
Stuart, you are a noob.
Whatever you say, JB. Whatever you say.
As much as I try and respect other people's opinions, I just feel that it's my civic duty to point out to the entire world when another person's wrong. Therefore, here is Stuart's new and improved top 5 list. Or, you know what? Maybe I should just call it my top 5 list. We're starting off this list with Shadow of the Colossus, and this game can be boiled down to a single concept. You're a dude with a sword, and you're trying to kill 16 giants called the Colossi. There's actually very little music in the beginning of the game, and it uses lots of dead space while you travel and look for the Colossi. However, once you find your opponents, the soundtrack kicks in and a huge orchestral score begins to play. It sounds somewhat akin to an entire army marching against you, and it is both exhilarating and terrifying. The soundtrack also serves to pump you up during the combat, so you feel all the more accomplished when you finally defeat your opponent and they topple to the ground in a defeated heap. As cool as it is to feel like a total champion, the game also has a few reflective moments, and it's amazing how the music helps you to transition from quietly contemplative to fist-pumpingly action-packed, all the way to remorseful regret in the span of just a few minutes. Once you're done murdering these giant colossi, the music begins to take on a more sinister tone, and you begin to feel that even though you're the supposed hero of the game, that the destruction of these creatures may not in fact be as heroic as you originally thought. The fact that one soundtrack can make you experience such a wide range of emotions is a true testament to its quality. For those of you out there who may not be aware, Lone Survivor was a one-man job. And by that I mean the entire game, all the way from the art design, the AI programming, and yes, even the music, was created by one person, Jasper Byrne. He used to work as a DJ before becoming a game developer, so obviously the soundtrack is a very strong point of this game. In Lone Survivor, as the name suggests, you're a lone survivor. Yeah. It's a harrowing survival game where everything and everyone you've ever known has been destroyed by a zombie epidemic. The score, although upbeat, is also able to portray feelings of loss and impending doom with its powerful string section and electronic synths pulsating in the background. It also reeks of indie, and it's perfect if you're sick of hearing all about Final Fantasy or some stupid Mario game. Also, being a horror title, there are several slow and basically frightening songs that will cause you to dread whatever's waiting for you around the next corner. Don't play the soundtrack if you're alone in your house at night. I think you'll have a lot of trouble falling asleep. For number 3 on the list, I was rather torn on what to pick. Maybe the heart-ripping yet cliched goodness of Final Fantasy X, or how about the whimsical majesty of Super Mario Galaxy, or maybe even the minimalist but powerful music of Minecraft. Nope. Instead, we're going Plants vs. Zombies. That may have come as a surprise. It surprised me too when I made this list. Now, I know that this entire video is dedicated to soundtracks, and even though this game does have a strong soundtrack, it found its way on the list primarily for the end credit song. In this song, a sunflower begins to sing about zombies and butter, all the while Said Undead have a party in the backyard. It was so out of left field and so weird, but it was amazing. It was a really unexpected treat, and of course the song is incredibly catchy. It is forever cemented in my memories, and I will always have a smile on my face when I think of those zombies trying to eat my brains. Oh, you silly zombies, don't ever change. Hey, looky here, something about Persona. What a surprise. Getting down to business though, it should be no surprise that Persona 4 has one of the strongest video game soundtracks of all time. In my opinion, of course. Also, shout out to Persona 3, that was a great soundtrack too. This game ranks so high on the list because all of the game's song selections are consistently strong and appropriately placed throughout the story. The battle music gets you excited to beat stuff up, the sad music makes you cry when your cousin's heart gives out at the hospital, spoiler alert, and the hub exploration music is so catchy you won't even mind having to wander through the entire hub for hours on end. Why did they have this in here? If you need any more proof of the musical pedigree of the game, check out Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which is a rhythm dance game based off the Persona 4 music. It's pretty awesome as well, but it only came out on the PS Vita, so I'm guessing only about 5 of you played it. Sorry about that. And finally, at number 1, we have the music of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I played both of these games as a child, so it should come as no surprise that I'd be more inclined to pick the thing from my childhood than all the other games which I found in college, and am therefore not as emotionally attached to. Nostalgia is a powerful thing, but rose-tinted shades or not, there are some pretty powerful pieces in this game. There's the opening song of Kingdom Hearts 1, which has been remixed just about to death in every other single game in the franchise, and there's also the other opening song in Kingdom Hearts 2, which brilliantly captures the core themes of that game. And of course, we have all the Disney music. This just really isn't fair because no matter what the other games have in their soundtracks, you still have the Aladdin music, you have the Tarzan music, you have the Pirates of the Caribbean music. There's just such a huge pedigree of Disney music that even if the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 intro songs weren't in here, this game would probably be on the list just because it has such a high-ranking pedigree of Disney music. Again, not really fair, but I do think this game deserves the number 1 spot, and that is my top 5.
And there you have it, our top 5. Well, I guess 10 soundtracks of all time.
And also be sure to comment on which one of us you agreed with the most, and which one of us is the most stupid. Or I mean, as valued as the other. Yeah.
And also, if you don't agree with either one of us, then just feel free to leave it in the description below, and we'll go over it. And we may actually agree with you, but we're probably still right.
Also, we love our viewers so very much. And if you've been having an awesome day, feel free to share in the comments what's been so awesome about it, right next to your favorite gaming soundtracks list, which is probably mine.
This is Stuart.
This is Jonathan, signing out.
Wait. How'd you even know I was making a video right now?
Well, that's actually a great question. And I will be happy to answer that. Alright. Smoke Screen Jujutsu! Like and subscribe!